Joyful adventure on its come, join the ride. Joyful adventure.
Hey adventurers, welcome back to Joyful Adventure Audits. I'm coming to you with an urgent update about the Lad in the Lane pub, one of Birmingham's oldest and most historic buildings. It's November 8, 2024, just a day after a devastating fire broke out at the Lad in the Lane. This 600-year-old pub, which we last visited just a few weeks ago, has now been the target of an arson attack. As you can see, the outside of the building doesn't appear to be too badly damaged. The fire service was able to extinguish the blaze within just a couple of hours. But the real concern is for the interior. We weren't allowed to gain access when we came to film today. There were a couple of workmen entering the property. According to reports, the fire broke out around 11:45 p.m. on November 6. West Midlands Fire Service rushed to the scene with 5 engines and around 30 firefighters. They've confirmed that the blaze was started deliberately, with 2 separate fires on the first floor of the vacant pub. It was reported that the fire service said, shortly before 11:45 p.m. on Wednesday, we responded to Bromford Lane, Erdington. This was a fire on the first floor of a void pub. Firefighters wearing breathing apparatus extinguished 2 fires, believed to have been started deliberately. Thankfully, no one was injured in the incident. But the future of this historic building is now in doubt. The Lad in the Lane has stood strong for over 600 years, surviving wars, plagues, and the changing tides of Birmingham. To see it potentially lost to a senseless act of arson is truly heartbreaking. In our last video, just a few weeks ago, we took you inside the Lad in the Lane to explore its rich history and crumbling present. Back then, the old pub was in a state of neglect, but its bones were still intact. Who could have imagined that its next chapter would be marked by such a devastating fire? We'll be keeping a close eye on developments with the Lad in the Lane. If you want to stay updated, make sure you're subscribed and have the notification bell turned on. Next week, we'll be exploring some more lost and closed pubs of Birmingham. Until then, stay curious and keep adventuring. Before we go, let me take a moment to catch you up if you missed our previous visit to this incredible 600-year-old establishment a few weeks ago.
Joyful adventure.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Joyful Adventure Audits. Today we're returning to the Lad in the Lane in Erdington, Birmingham's oldest pub. Before we start, just a quick note that some historical photos will be used in this video. These are included purely for educational and historical documentation purposes, creating a visual time capsule of this important local landmark. I don't own the copyright, and if any copyright holders want their images removed, just get in touch. Now, let's dive into the history of this incredible building. It's October 2024, and it's been a year since our last visit to this 600-year-old piece of Birmingham history. Time hasn't been kind to the old girl, but she's still standing just as she has since 1400. For our regular viewers, you'll remember the metal shutters that covered the windows last time. Well, they're gone now. Word on the street is they weren't paid for, but that's just local gossip for you. Instead, there's a metal fence out front, and someone's made an attempt to patch up where the lead was pinched from the roof. But let's be honest, she's still looking worse for wear. You know, it's hard to believe this place started out as a posh house back in 1400. It wasn't until the 1780s that someone had the bright idea to turn it into a pub. Back then, they called it the Green Man, or sometimes the Old Green Man. The name might have changed, but the history hasn't. These walls have seen more than most of us could imagine. Here's a bit of trivia for the football fans. Billy Garrity, who just happens to be Jack Grealish's great-great-granddad, used to be the landlord here. Imagine the conversations that must have happened over these bars. The building's got proper credentials too. It's Grade 2 listed, has been since 1952. Scientists even used tree ring dating on the timbers to prove just how old it really is. This place has survived 2 world wars, seen horse-drawn carriages turn into cars, watched Erdington grow from fields into the busy suburb it is today. But since 2020, the pumps have run dry. 4 years without pulling a pint. That's a long time for any pub, let alone one that's been serving for over 2 centuries. The locals still talk about it, you know. It was always busy at lunchtimes, they say. A proper community pub. Now, We often say on this channel use it or lose it when it comes to pubs. But sometimes it's not that simple, is it? This isn't just any old boozer, it's a piece of living history. And speaking of history, well, some say there's more than just memories haunting this place. Local ghost hunters reckon there's considerable poltergeist activity here. They talk about a grey shadowy figure that wanders about. Back in 2016, a paranormal investigation team even came to check it out. Makes you wonder what stories these old timbers could tell if they could talk, doesn't it? There's a group on Facebook called Friends of the Lad in the Lane building trying to save this historic pub. If you care about preserving pieces of history like this, give them a look, maybe lend your support. Share this video too. The more people who know about places like this, the better chance they have of surviving. It breaks my heart a bit, seeing it like this. 600 years of history, just waiting. This pub has survived plagues, wars, and goodness knows what else. It's more than just four walls and a roof, it's a storyteller, a time capsule, a piece of Birmingham's soul. If you've enjoyed this journey into Birmingham's past, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that bell. We've got plenty more stories to tell, more history to uncover. Next week, we'll be exploring some more lost pubs of Birmingham. Until then, keep adventuring.
Through plagues and wars, this timber frame stood tall, where laughter echoed loud down every hall. Now empty glasses whisper tales of yore. In Birmingham, the oldest pub no more. The fires of time have kissed these wooden beams, where history and dreams met in between. Though silence haunts each weathered chair and stool, the ghost of merriment defies the rule. The oldest pub have kissed these wooden beams, where history and dreams met in between. Though silence haunts each weathered chair and stool, the ghost of merriment defies the rule. The oldest pub sleeps but its spirit stays in every shadow, darkening the days. It's soul unbroken by the hands of time, a story told in every sip and rhyme. Golden mugs once clinked with hearty grins so wide, bright tales of courage shared by every side. Now dusty corners hide those vibrant vibes, but listen close and hear the old pub's cries. Oh, Birmingham, remember nights so grand, the music dancing through the patrons' hands. Though brick and mortar may have crumbled down, the heart remains beneath this hallowed ground. The oldest pub have kissed these wooden beams, where history and dreams met in between. Though silence haunts each weathered chair and stool, the ghost of merriment defies the rule. The oldest pub sleeps but its spirit stays in every shadow, darkening the days. It's so unbroken by the hands of time, a story told in every sip and rhyme.
For years of silence can't erase the tale 6 centuries of life told without fail. History whispers through the oak-paneled wood. The lad in the lane still stands as he should. Great twisted walls echo ancient nights. Lamplight flickers keeping burning sights. Generations pass with stories told in veins. A Birmingham guardian bearing all pains. Oh, the lad in the lane, he stands so proud. Guardian of the city soul, he sings aloud. From battle cries to laughter's sweet refrain. Birmingham's heart, he will forever sustain.
An old pub with roots running deep and true.
Beneath the brick, a legacy anew.
Restoring moments written in creaky floors.
The lad in the lane knows so much more. Can you hear the murmurs of the ghosts unseen? Their voices carried where the spirits convene. Each pint poured recalls the joy and the strife. Ripple of memories woven with life. Centuries passed, but the soul stays right. In the heart of the storm, through darkness and light. Silent years can't erase what's held inside. The lad in the lanes where our stories reside.
Stone floors echo beneath our toes. Ancient walls shelter hushes low. From golden halls to hearts that gleam, the light in the lane weaves a dream. As high status whispers fade away, it stands where memories gently sway. Beloved local holding tight to the stories sung by candlelight. Light in the lane with tales to share, footsteps taken through the years. Echoes of love, laughter and
Tudor beams are standing strong where ghosts of ages sang their song. In the lane the old lad stands with tales that whisper from the sands. Silent dreams are locked inside where shadows dance and secrets hide. 600 years of stories told in whispers faint and hearts grown cold. The lad in the lane, he knows our name from times long gone and heartache's flame. Frozen in time but soul unchained, waiting for the next refrain. Birmingham's old bones, they creak with memories that dare to speak. The landmark standing bold and proud, its stories lost within the crowd. From windows dark the echoes cry of yesterdays in muted light. Hush the past, it lingers here, in the corners where there's nothing clear. The lad in the lane, he knows our name from times long gone and heartache's flame. Frozen in time but soul unchained, waiting for the next refrain.